Hi guys, another dose of clues, cues and reviews. Today we're looking at chapter 802 One Piece, titled ZOU. So just off the offset, I'm thinking to myself, they've finally reached ZOU, or we're gonna find a little bit more about ZOU or ZOU or ZOU. We got quite a bit in this chapter. It's not quite a 10 out of 10 for me personally, but the revelations. So it starts off cover page. The crew's eating. The more I see stuff like this, the more I look at focus on Zoro, and Zoro just seems more and more like, really, he's got the scar, he's reading a newspaper, the way he sat, his posture just keeps kind of linking towards that. In any case, the chapter opens up on the ship. They're heading to ZOU. Luffy is with the Bartok Club, and they're going through some crazy weather. Now, anytime you see the Bartok Club at Bartholomew, there's always a gag, there's always something funny going on, and this is no different, really. Plenty of jokes there, running gags, especially in the sense that they haven't got a navigator, so I don't know how they've been getting by, but they're one lucky crew. So they're come through to a lot of crazy weather. It's basically massive hailstones. Everyone's going crazy, and like everyone's getting worried. And all you see is Bartholomew saying, "Oh, go hide, Luffy. You'll be all right." Luffy obviously wants to help. So the crew starts asking about if they've got a navigator. And then there's obviously everyone's like, yeah, oh, I wish I had, the Thousand Sunny, I could use the weapons, and that's Frankie doing his part, and Luffy's like, oh my god, please save us, Nami, and he's doing his part about Nami, and they're all kind of doing their own little bits and bats, which is kind of funny, which means they haven't forgot the original crew, obviously, even though from a timeline it's been a day. For us, it's been over a year, so it's good that they remember to mention a little bit. So there's a running gags for quite a while, to the point where they call home if they need help. So they call home, and it's got nothing to do with the current problem other than a solution from a previous problem, which just ongoing laughs, which is always good. And then you see it cut to another location in the world. It's the Marine headquarters, and you have Kizaru Borsalino, and he's getting information about the AO pirates being taken down. So the AO pirates are a pirate crew that are in the New World. They're under the wing of Whitebeard, and they're also involved in the the Marineford War, the Paramount War, the Summit War, whatever you want to call it. So they get word that Weeble, they initially call him, one of the 7th Shichibukai, has basically wrecked the crew. And how many crews has he wrecked so far of Whitebeard's crew? 16 crews, allied crews that were under Whitebeard. So these are notorious New World pirates have been wrecked by one dude, the 7th Shichibukai. And they make references, and you see the people that are kind of reporting this information, saying that we know he's supposed to be Whitebeard's flesh and blood, and we know he's strong, but is he allowed to be doing stuff like this? So effectively what he's doing is he's taking down the allied pirates. Apparently they get into some type of disagreement, and he basically levels the town, levels the crew, and just does collateral damage up to the nines, I guess. And in this case, from like 600 people would kill civilians, so you can imagine he's a powerful dude. And then you see that Kizaru doesn't really say that yes, he's definitely his son. He doesn't even bother. He basically says, I don't care where he's from, he's just really strong. In terms of strength, he reminds him of a younger Whitebeard. So maybe when he was a young Yonkou, or kind of gearing up to Yonkou, kind of making his way there. It reminds me of him in his younger days, he says, a young Whitebeard. And then it kind of pans to this dude, and it's like, he looks like one of those characters from Asterix, the cartoon, and it's that big female or male or whatever it's meant to be. But he just, I would say the best way to explain it is pre-timeskip, fat Usopp after eating everything, fused with Whitebeard would get Mr. Weeble Edward, or Edward Weeble, the 7th Shichibukai. So he's got the long hair, kind of looks like Oz Jr.'s hair. He's got the mustache, which was Whitebeard's mustache, and he's got all these kind of Vikingish, Normandy-ish, well, Norwegian-ish features. And you know, he's like, yes. And if you look at the sign, it even says supposed or alleged kind of son of. And then you meet his mother, and he says, like, if you don't believe me, ask my mum. And then his mum turns up, and all she does is she reminds me of I don't know if you can remember and you can think back, the older woman that was Bo Hancock was, the former, you know, empress. Reminds me of her. It also reminds me of the, you know, the lady, well, she was younger, but the one that was pretending to be Nami. If you got them fused together, that's basically her. And she's like, yeah, you know, we need to just destroy all the the Whitebeard's allies, and you know, that's what you need to do. And then you can just hear, you know, the Seven Shichibukai go, oh, but we need to destroy Blackbeard, and you know, he killed my dad, and I'm gonna tear him, you know, rip him into shreds, and tear him limb from limb, type of kind of feeling. He's saying, her name was Miss Pinnock or something. So yeah, she's called Miss Booking, and she's supposed to be the supposed lover of Whitebeard. He looks like a little midget dwarf shrew, like shriveled up prune, really, pretty much. And you can kind of see their dynamic as a pairing. And he's very, you know, yes mother, no mother too, but full mother, super powerful. I think he's going to be like super naive. You can see even in his characteristics when he's like pissed off or angry, upset about Blackbeard killing his dad, like he got snot coming out. He's like basically an overgrown kid who's super powerful. Why he's only just been born recently, and you know, he doesn't seem no older than 20 years old, probably 20, 30 years old. I don't know. You'd think his son would actually be older, considering he was like 70 years old, and his son would probably be about 40, 45, something like that. But this one's younger, so I don't know how it's worked. But the government don't believe it anyway, from what they say, but they don't really care. He's just powerful, and you need someone powerful to kind of scare the enemy. He's a perfect guy for the 7th Shichibukai. What I loved about it though was he was completely different from what everyone else was saying. So we had some people saying, oh, you know who he is, he's Lion Shiki, yeah, the hair matches, yeah, it's him. Some people were saying, oh no, you know who it is, it's Absalom. So there's a few theories out there. I wasn't, to be fair, they had me believing, so I'm not gonna knock them, though the great theorists that they are. But I like the fact that Oda may be listening in and just takes in a completely different direction. We don't even see it coming. Like the introduction with Kaido and everything else, the fleet, and although we thought that was going to come later on, it came now, and these little things add up. So I like how we did that. So they've introduced him. So they're kind of halfway through a conversation saying we need to find the remnants, the remainder of what's left of Whitebeard's crew, and you're like, what should we do next? And well, we need to go after Marco the Phoenix and his crew. And then they get a newspaper, and basically Doflamingo's news that he's been beaten by Luffy has come out, and basically said, oh yeah, he was protected by Marco and the pirates and the crew, and let's go find him. So they do that, they read the newspaper, they go, okay, let's go kill him or find him, he might know where they are. So big encounter happening. Is it going to happen before or after ZOU, or is it going to happen at that point? We don't quite know. How this plays out, I'm excited to find out. Important to bear in mind that he was given the bounty of 490 million. Luffy's is 500 million, and they thought of his power, quote unquote power, as strength, as close to Whitebeard when he was young. Now, was it at his peak? Do they mean when he has a peak? I don't know, but a younger Whitebeard, as this guy is young. So could this be maybe bounty-wise a kind of a gauge of they see him as an up-and-coming potential Yonkou in terms of power? And is that how we should see Luffy at the moment? We'll discuss that in a different video. I'm going to do a bounty video on theories. I should have two theories coming out. videos coming on the back of this video, but we'll discuss that then. So interesting anyway. So then what it does, it kind of pans back to, or fades back, or switches back to where Luffy is now. They've kind of found their way through, and the running gags about everything else is still ongoing. There's foggy, and you see some type of monsters in the background. So if I kind of reminded me of the whole some beings in Thriller Bark first of all, but as they got closer, it turns out to be a humongous, massive elephant. So ZOU isn't in fact an island; it's basically a civilization built on top of an animal, 1,000-year-old animal. And it's important to bear in mind they also mentioned minkmen. So all those theorists out there that talk about minkmen, zone theories, quite close on that one. So in any case, I'm going to wrap this up now. I give it 8 out of 5. I was just amazed the fact that we just went a completely different direction. A, end of Dressrosa, we're at ZOU. B, the 7th Shichibukai. And C, that guy is tearing some shit up. He's just wrecked 16 crews. He's got 490 million bounty. Nobody who we thought it was. And he's supposedly Mr. Newgate's son. We'll have to wait and see.